Just when you think you've seen it all with the great Shohei Ohtani, he does something he's never even done before. Hit a grand slam, the first of his career, the 8th multi-home run game for Ohtani. Joining me now is Trent Rush, who was on that call for the Angels radio station. And Trent, how much fun has it been for you to just be able to have a bird's eye view to what Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout are doing together when they're healthy?
It's special, and there's a fun vibe, fun feeling with this Angels ball club right now. Obviously, it starts with Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. You kind of go down the line. Taylor Ward is off to an unbelievable start to this season. You're getting contribution elsewhere. Mike Trout already is showing to have an MVP-like season, an MVP-like start once again. And then Shohei Ohtani, when he's hitting home runs like that, driving the ball the opposite way as well. That's when you know Ohtani is really locked in. And look how much fun they're having putting the cowboy hats on. There's a good feeling with this Angels group right now. They're winning, they're having fun, and you feel like something special might be starting to brew around here.
You said something special, and Trent, everybody coming into this season said if you could have a healthy Anthony Rendon, a healthy Mike Trout, and a healthy, of course, and productive Shohei Ohtani, perhaps it could be the year if the Angels got some pitching. They've done that with Syndergaard. We know what Ohtani has done. Patrick Sandoval has been there a couple of years and has pitched incredibly well. Is this the year that they can make a run?
You certainly hope that this is the chance, and it feels like a really good chance, especially with those two in Trout and Ohtani. But you're right, the pitching has been everything. How about this, Alana? Right now, Angels pitching as a whole, that's the 5th best ERA in the American League. They're pitching this year. There's a difference. And this Angels bullpen is really good. And this is even with Archie Bradley on the IL right now. You talk about at the end of games, Raisel Iglesias, but also the additions of Aaron Loop and Ryan Tepera, the impact those guys have made. Obviously, internal homegrown candidates are how you're going to be able to win long term. But when you're able to bring in some key pieces in the offseason, bulk build up their pitching staff, and then at the same time have the health of the starting lineup with guys like Ohtani and Trout, and then contributions from Ward. Jared Walsh hit a big 3-run home run last night, an all-star last year. You feel like the pieces are in place that maybe this team can make a run.
Taylor Ward didn't take the straightest route to where he is, but it doesn't make any difference. He's performing. Now, he is out of the lineup, or was out of the lineup, due to some hamstring tightness. Day to day, you cannot mess around with hamstrings. You cannot mess around with obliques. What's the update?
Yeah, well, he didn't play yesterday, and he says it's just going to be a day. And that's certainly what everyone's hopeful for because, boy, this guy is on an absolute tear right now. You can see the numbers, and think about it, Alana. 3 different GMs he's been a part of the organization. 2015 first-round pick feels like a lifetime ago. But Taylor Ward finally getting this opportunity. The one thing for Ward has always been his bat. He's played in the outfield. He's played at third base. He's caught. Now he's finally settled into a key position as the Angels right fielder, and he's really hitting the ball well. His locker is right next to Mike Trout's. Those guys talk all the time. You can see him even after Taylor Ward, since he got made the Angels leadoff man, coming off, always having a conversation with Mike after he hits a home run. He wants to have a quick chat, real quick, the MVP. That sparks a lot of good energy with this Angels ball club. And there is something happening with this lineup. And when you can add that to a pitching staff that is so much improved from last year, it's starting to feel like the Angels might be a legitimate threat.
I love when guys that have grinded their way through are having success. Reed Detmer's one of those guys. Didn't get off to a great start, was a highly touted prospect, but he's flipped a switch in the last 3 starts. What have you seen?
Well, we've seen him really command his fastball better. Boy, his curveball is something special. And if you think about the Angels rotation right now, it's a 6-man rotation. Currently, there's 5 starters in it, and the Angels are trying to piece together who that 6th guy is going to be at the moment. But Detmer's has kind of slid into a role, back end of the rotation, not a ton of pressure on him. I mean, he's only 21 years old, but he continues to be a really key piece for the Angels. He's getting better every time out. And when you have somebody like Syndergaard, when you bring in Michael Lorenzen, who's been a big pickup to this Angels rotation, obviously Ohtani, Sandoval, and that changeup has been absolutely filthy. So it allows Reed Detmers maybe to have a little bit of pressure off, and I think that's good for him. When he is commanding the zone with his fastball and is able to throw that for strikes, that's obviously the key to everything for him. But when he gets in counts where he can throw that curveball, my, oh my, that pitch is really spectacular.
Yeah, Reed Detmer is opposed by Corey Kluber tonight. Trent Rush with AM 830 of the Angels Radio Network. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me.